Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Marino. I'm with a company called My Local Leads, based in Kennebunkport, Maine, of all places. Today, I thought I would do a little PowerPoint sharing some SEO tips for you plumbers out there. A lot of you have a lot of questions, have heard the term, not sure what it is, and I thought I would help you get a little bit enlightened as to what SEO is and how it can help your plumbing business. Okay, so let's get started. So what exactly is SEO? A lot of you have heard the term. It's short for search engine optimization. In other words, it is the art, or some would say science, of making your site, your website, more visible to the search engines. And the search engines are Google, Yahoo, and Bing for the most part. There's lots of search engines out there, but Google, Yahoo, and Bing control about 95% of searches, and Google itself controls about 65% of searches. So those are the three search engines that we concentrate our efforts on. And really, at the end of the day, we really just cater to Google because they have such a large market share. Okay? So SEO, or search engine optimization, is simply an alternative to pay-per-click advertising. Pay-per-click advertising can be very expensive, as you probably know, and if you learn how to do SEO, or hire someone, or a little bit of both, you can get a lot more bang for your buck. You can get a lot more customers, a lot more leads, and pay only a small percentage of what those clicks might cost you in pay-per-click, or AdWords as we call it, which is Google's brand of pay-per-click advertising. So let's go to Google, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so let's say I do a search for Miami plumbers. Right, that's a very competitive market, as you know. So there's a few things going on the page here. Let me see if I can get a pen here. So I'm going to say pen, and I'm going to say blue. Now notice up here, these areas, this and down here, these are all the ads, right? It says right above them, it says ads. Here and here. Okay, so anybody can have their ad show up there, but you pay every time someone clicks on your ad. So, and it could be expensive. It could be as much as, $10, $15, $20 a click. It could be as little as 10 cents a click, depending on a lot of factors. The most important factor being how competitive the city is and how competitive the term is. So, but what's even better is to have your site show up, your listings show up over here, right down here. Let me see if I can get that going again. That control. Right, if we show up in here, that's called Google Places, right? It's got the map. A lot of you guys already know this, and it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And even down here, these are the organic listings, okay? These listings down here are what's called the free or organic listings. Sometimes they're right at the top. Google Places moves around a lot. But suffice it to say that you want to be on the left side of the page, right? You don't want to have to pay for the clicks. You want to come up naturally or organically on the left side of the page. And this is what search engine optimization is. It's simply doing some cool stuff that will result in your business coming up on the left side of the page as opposed to the right or the top and having to pay for those clicks. Okay, so I hope that's clear. And let's go back to the PowerPoint, and we may come back to that in a bit. Okay, so that's what SEO is. So what are the advantages of search engine optimization? Well, as I said, first of all, it's less cost. When and if it's done correctly, search engine optimization, it can literally end up costing you 10%, 5%, 1% of what all of those clicks might cost you if you actually had to pay Google for them. Remember, Google last year did $30 billion in clicks advertising. So it works. Getting clicks and paying for it can work, and then you may want to do both. but nothing is better than search engine optimization because it's free, or it's at least it's affordable. If you pay someone like me to do it for you, or another company out there that knows what they're doing, and they do it well, um, your cost can be a small percentage of what those clicks might ordinarily cost you. Okay, so the other concept is when you do search engine optimization correctly, you're really building an asset. Your plumbing website becomes something that has value because without spending any money, people are finding you and they're calling you, and you're deriving income from that website, from that well optimized website. And nothing can be better than that. If you go to sell your plumbing business, for example, think of the difference in price, excuse me, that you can command if you're just selling your business, a truck and your customer base and your brand, etc. Or if you're including in the sale a website that gets thousands of visitors a month and dozens of phone calls a week without spending any money for advertising. I mean, it could literally double the value of your business if it's done well. It's an asset, as opposed to advertising, pay-per-click advertising. That's just an expense. That's not really valuable to the person buying your business because you're simply telling them that, by the way, you're going to have this expense every month. I spend $2,000 a month on Google AdWords, as opposed to saying I'm including this website, which comes up organically for 500 keywords in and around my cities and towns that I target, like plumbers and plumbing contractors and drain cleaning, and all those keywords that you guys want. So very, very important concept to understand. And a lot of this SEO stuff you can learn to do on your own. I mean, obviously, I'm in the business. I love helping plumbers. I've got plumbers, electricians, roofers. That's what I do. I help contractors with their SEO and their WordPress websites very affordably. But a lot of this, I don't mind teaching. I just find good things happen. I can show you how to do a lot of cool stuff on your own, that could really, really ramp up your SEO. And so, again, that's a big advantage of SEO. This is not rocket science. And free is always better, right? And if we have a choice, do you want to pay for ads or do you want to just get phone calls for free? Free is always better. Okay, so the disadvantages of SEO are time. That's the biggest disadvantage. Advertising is instant. You can set up a pay-per-click AdWords campaign, and you could be on the top of Google in your city or cities within a few hours, literally, for the term plumbers, plumbing contractors, etc. Costs a lot of money, depending on the size of your city, but it's instant, and sometimes instant is good. SEO takes time. How much time? Well, it depends on a lot of factors. It depends who you hire. It depends on the size of your city. It depends on the keywords you're targeting. But suffice it to say, it takes longer, okay, even when it's done correctly. And SEO can be more expensive sometimes than AdWords. If you hire the wrong people and they take forever to get you to page one, and they charge you an outrageous price monthly, I mean, there's people out there spending $3,000-4,000 a month on SEO that could be spending, 10% of that and getting better results because they didn't know any better. So I want to be clear that sometimes SEO is not cheaper. It really depends who you're working with. It doesn't always work. Google is a moving target. Things change. You could be on the top of the search engine rankings today, and you could be gone tomorrow. But for the most part, if the company that you hire knows what they're doing, and knows how to get you there and does it the right way, properly, in general, your phone's going to continue to ring and things can be corrected. But SEO does not always work, and that's something to keep in mind. So what can you do as a plumber? Well, start with keywords. You can make a list of the keywords and the towns for which you would like to show up on page one. Words like plumbing, plumbing contractor, plumber, plumbers, drain cleaning, sewer and drain cleaning. You guys know, kitchen appliances, leaky drain, leaky faucet, new home plumbing. All of these are keywords, so you want to start with those list of targeted keywords. You also want to list the cities, the towns in which you do business. Now you're starting to understand, okay, that becomes your target. This is what we do with new customers. Make these two lists. That's where everything starts, with keywords. Okay? And then you want to add website pages. And I know that might fly over the heads of a lot of plumbers, but and you also have to have a website to begin with. So if you don't have a website, this is kind of moot. But we can make you a website very, very affordably. Um, but suffice it to say that the more website pages you have, the better. When a search engine goes to look for the answers, when somebody types in Miami plumbers, there is a mathematical algorithm that kicks in without getting too complicated. But everyone thinks you just type that in and magically you get these results. Well, how does that happen? Well, it happens because that person's query or search term is fed into a mathematical formula that goes out and looks for the best answers to her search. So if you have a website, if she's looking for Miami, Florida drain cleaning, and you happen to have a page on your website called Miami, Florida drain cleaning, well, the search engine is much more likely to put you on the first page. So the more website pages you have, the better. Let's just leave it at that. Blog posts. Again, I don't want to get over everybody's head, but suffice it to say that if you have a lot of blog posts using these targeted keywords, the odds go up that you will be served up as the answer to this prospect's query. Okay, so more blog posts, the better. More website pages, the better. There's a certain way to do them. Using keywords and setting what's called the title tags, but we don't want to get too complicated here. Just suffice it to say, the more website pages you have, the more blog posts. Participate in forum discussions. Go out on the internet and type in things like plumbing forums, home fix-it forums, um, contractor forums, and you want to participate in the discussion. You see somebody that asks a question, a plumbing question, a do-it-yourself plumbing question, answer it for them and list your name and your website with a link going back to your site. It's easy. Most forums make it very easy for you to do that. That stuff, especially when it's keyword targeted, when you can say things like Miami plumber in your answer or Indianapolis plumber, you want to use those keywords as the links back to your site. Again, I hope I'm not getting too complicated, but suffice it to say that when you get out there and you participate in forums and blogs and articles, you always want to have a link coming back to your site, especially if you can actually hyperlink the actual keyword so that it says plumbing contractor, and when you click on it, it goes back to your website. The Google search engines and the other search engines value those links. It's how they can separate, the pros from the amateurs. They say if this guy's got a lot of links coming from all over the internet, he's probably more important than this other guy. So you, as a plumber, get a lot of links, and you'll find that your search engine optimization improves greatly. Same with videos. I don't want to get too complicated here, but what you're watching here is simply a video that I made. It's easy. It's taken me 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to post it to YouTube, and I guarantee you 100% that I will get lots of customers because of this. I've got dozens of these videos out there. It's my main source of getting business, and it helps my SEO. So videos, articles, all of this stuff is called content. Social media, Facebook, Twitter, again, all of this stuff, it's just stuff. It's just what we call content. Content is king. That is a truism of SEO. The more content that you have, the more information that you share with people online, always linking back to your website or even on your website, the better your SEO will be. Forget everything else. Just remember that content is king. Okay? So we already visited Google. I'm not going to do that again. I wanted to keep this pretty brief. So again, if you have any questions, my name is Chris Marino. My company is called My Local Leads. My cell phone is 207-332-3306. Always happy to share a lot of good information at no charge. Good things happen when I share information. My email address is chris@mylocalleads.com, and my website, or at least one of them, is mylocalleads.com. So anyway, thanks you guys. Good luck out there. I know it's not easy, but feel free to give me a call anytime and have a great day.